What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button as soon as you come into the building. Guys, I had to jump on here because now Stephen A is begging the Dems to have a different approach with Elon Musk. Guys, I think this is one of the most enlightening things, man, because it's clear Stephen A is flirting with running for president on the Democratic ticket. And guys, I love watching Stephen A on First Take. Got mad respect for him. You know, even though I may not agree with every one of his opinions, mad respect for what he's accomplished, regardless of what you think about him. The fact that he's even in that discussion is an accomplishment in itself. And one of the things, guys, I pay attention to, Stephen A, Shannon Sharp, Jason Whitlock. You got to watch all these guys because every Marcellus Wiley, you got a lot of these guys that have great takes. But Stephen A is really sticking his toe into the political realm. And I like to do that on this show too, because like I say in my bio, I talk about what I hear cigar smokers talking about when I'm in the lounge. So Stephen A told the Democrats on one of his latest podcasts that they need to change their approach to Elon Musk. Now, what does that mean, guys? Elon Musk is in charge of Doge. Stephen A said that he don't want to be a politician. He just like talking politics, which is why he's showing up on all these shows. But I think Stephen A is actually trying to see if he can make it work. Now, the latest poll I saw versus the last poll I saw, he was at 2% on the latest poll. Now he's not even polling at all. No, not one respondent mentioned him. So why am I saying this to you guys? Stephen A is watching these polls too. And so he talked about Elon Musk and what he's doing with Doge. And previous video, he talked about how he don't like Elon Musk, what Elon Musk is doing, but he's intrigued by what he's going to find. Then he came back and said, well, I think the Dems need to do something different to combat Elon Musk. And I said, okay, Stephen A, well, don't leave us hanging. And remember, guys, Stephen A got a problem because he got to manage Disney and he want to be real on his YouTube channel. So I think he walks a tightrope. And y'all know Stephen A bragged about Democrats, not a Trump supporter. Now, he went on Bill Maher, ripped Democrats. And I told y'all in my last video about Stephen A for president, I said, he can't win if he's going to be bashing Democrats. He took a different approach this time. And he referenced Lawrence O'Donnell and when Elon Musk and Trump were in the Oval Office together. And what I realized is a lot of these people don't have a problem with Trump or Elon. They got a problem with business. It's so many people out here that don't understand how business works. When I looked at the clip from Lawrence O'Donnell, he was basically saying that Elon Musk was the president because he was standing up and Trump was sitting down behind the Resolute decks. I said, these guys don't have a clue about how business works, guys. Elon Musk is standing up, guys. When the president comes in, everybody stands up. Everybody stands up, and if he sits down, that's not a sign of disrespect, guys. He's standing up out of respect. He's not looking down on the president, and the president is not looking up to him. And I'm like, they're trying to grasp for straws with a lot of stuff with this, guys. And so I said, what should Stephen A. Smith have said about Doge? People don't hate Trump, guys. People hate business. And a lot of minorities listen to Stephen A. And I wish he would do this. And I wrote me some notes down just for this video, but I wish Stephen A would actually have gone into some concepts. Show us that he can actually, articulate some things that he would specifically do. If you want to be president, you want to go against Trump, you're going to have some specifics. So I said, man, look, what could Stephen A. Smith have said? The first thing I wrote down was the Democrats need to stop being like Drake and trying to fight Doge and Elon Musk in court. Get away from this legal stuff. It ain't working, guys. You're trying to defend all this money. And guys, one of the things you're going to find is so many of our politicians are living off of that money because none of the regular people are feeling that money. So what's the first thing I would have said if I were Stephen A. Smith? Hey guys, whatever Doge finds, we want to send a refund back to working class people who make $50,000 or less per year. Whatever Doge finds. Because now they're going to find the money. They're finding billions, guys. But you and me, regular people out here working on Main Street, we ain't feeling that, right? First thing I'm doing if I'm Stephen A, I'm saying give 50,000. Anybody who makes 50,000 or less a year, we sending you a tax credit. Stimulate the economy, get inflation down, right? All that kind of stuff. We know what tax credits do. We know what tax refunds do. That's the first thing I'm doing. Y'all saw that 77,000 people accepted the buyout from Trump, right? Now, whether y'all say it was a buyout or forced firing, whatever, right? At the end of the day, they don't want to come back and work in the office. They decided to take the 6 to 8 month severance. What's the next thing I'm doing, guys? I'm putting term limits on federal employees. Guys, nobody, federal employees nor elected officials, should serve more than a certain amount of years. Okay? Federal employees or elected officials. Because the only reason this crap started is because people who've been there 20, 30 years that don't change when the politicians change. This is why it's called bureaucracy, guys. No government official, whether local, state, regional, national, okay, should be working longer than 5 years in one location. When you go to government, it's to serve the people, get in, get out, come back to the private sector. If you keep turning people, a lot of this stuff can't come in. Term limits on elected officials and on federal government employees, which means then the governors of the states will start doing, because it's too many people living off the government getting fat while the people who are here on Main Street working, struggling to send money up to them. My next one, I'm surprised Stephen A didn't say, especially trying to run on the Democrat ticket. Let's find that money that could be going to HBCUs. Let's find that money that could be going to HBCUs, guys. Ain't nobody talking about it, right? Because I think when Doge gets to the Department of Education, and I think when Doge gets to HUD, y'all saw HUD, they already found 1.9 billion, right? Urban development, they done already found 1.9 billion that was misused. What do you think they're going to get when they get to the Department of Education? A lot of these HBCUs come to the White House to ask for funding, and it's not making it down to the ground level, guys. Need to make sure we protect that if they find that it's waste, fraud, and abuse at HBCU level, don't punish the university. Punish the people who had their hands on the money. Okay? And guys, this is where I think Stephen A has to come out. Regardless if he's going to run for politics or not, run for president or not, he's got to give people some policy discussions. Trump won because of policy discussions that affected the average everyday man. It ain't about saying platitudes and that kind of stuff anymore. But you don't come at Doge by trying to stop it. You come at Doge by saying, let's get me a representative in the room too. Give me somebody who can work with him. Let me go get one of his billionaire friends and put him on the committee too. You can't beat them, guys. You got to join them. And I think with Stephen A, instead of flirting with this thing, talking about he's going to run for president or not going to run for politics, Stephen A wants somebody to beg him to run. Well, if he wants people to beg him to run, he better start putting some policies out there that people can latch on to. Okay? There's a reason why Obama talked about hope when he was running, right? It's no different than when Trump talked about the golden age of America begins today. Stephen A better start coming up with something that people can latch on to, because I think it'll be interesting to see somebody like Stephen A, regardless on what you think about his story, is in the political arena talking about running for president of the Democrat ticket. But if you don't get with working class people, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, you can't win anymore, because they're the ones who put Trump in the White House. They're the ones who put Biden in the White House. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy, or is Jeff on to something about Stephen A? If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm going to holler.